I know I'm in the minority, but here goes. A project like Das Greenhouse is a creative project that our local citizens and businesses may desire to financially support with their own private donations. However, I personally don't feel as an elected official, I should take your taxpayer dollars and decide that this particular cause is worthy of county funding. As to Das Greenhouse, while it may be creative of how to benefit the lives of local citizens, as we previously discussed, there's simply no guarantee that anyone in Kendall County will benefit. The way I see it, if you, the individual taxpayer, find a project worthy of your private donation, please support it. Let's leave your county taxes to fund county business. According to a recent study, our citizens are the most generous in the entire state of Texas. The best way this court can further the benevolent intent of our citizens is to leave as much of your own money in your wallet by using your tax dollars wisely and for only necessary, essential county services. Your Commissioners Court has asked each and every department to make cuts to their budgets this past month in an effort to balance next year's budget. These cuts have included employees from attendant training, fuel, office furniture, uniforms, and office supplies, to name a few sacrifices made by our employees. It has even been discussed whether or not we will skip filling over a dozen vacant job positions throughout the various county departments next year to save hundreds of thousands of dollars from our budget. I cannot sit here in good conscience and not voice my strong objection to giving county funding to this organization. Ask yourself, how can we ask our employees to make such significant sacrifice to their operations, which might later impact county services provided to our citizens, when we turn around and take the funding that we just asked our people to cut and give it directly to this project? I have heard from each and every one of the folks on this court that we are fiscal conservatives. This includes myself. How does giving Das Greenhouse any funding in light of our current budgetary concerns and our pending lawsuits, like the one with our own EMS employees, fiscally responsible? In my opinion, it's not. If we insist on giving the $205,000 requested, let's return it directly to our employees in one form or another, be it a larger cost of living allowance in their paychecks, or whether we send it back to the department heads we just forced to make budget cuts, where I know we will get a guaranteed return on our investment. Let's talk about what the original $290,000 could get us if we returned it to departments. We could fund the $280,000 new ambulance requested by EMS. We could give $200,000 to Bergheim Fire Department to fund it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. $245,000 will purchase 3 new generators and a three-quarter ton pickup truck for emergency management. $115,000 will repair and update all of our informational technology upgrades requested by IT. $280,000 will purchase all of the body cameras requested by the Sheriff's Department, or it'll purchase 4 of the 8 vehicles requested by our deputies and constables to patrol the streets and keep us safe. $280,000 will also purchase any of the 3 major pieces of road equipment requested by the road and bridge, like a water truck that can be used to fight wildfires. Or finally, the amount requested will allow us to go ahead and fund about 5 or 6 of the job vacancies existing in our current departments instead of cutting those positions for next year. To me, this decision is simple. It's not a personal or an emotional decision. It's straight up dollars and cents. The prior court was voting in a different economic time when it made the decision to fund $500,000. It had $9 million in ARPA funds and didn't face raging inflation, higher prices, and a slowing economy. The decision today is not about whether the past court's decision was right or wrong, or even whether we should be bound by the prior decision, because we're not. The decision today is only about whether we are all going to do what's best for the current court. Please don't dig us deeper in the hole, because it'll leave us no choice but to make more cuts on our already lean departments with little fat to trim, or we may be forced to raise taxes to make ends meet. Neither of these options are desirable, and we should avoid them at all costs. So it's clear that I'm voting no for funding of Das Greenhouse.
Judge, thank you for speaking. Like the majority of the citizens
Would it? Well, if there's no further discussion, let's put it to a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Nay. Motion carries 4-1. The 4 county commissioners voting in favor and the county judge voting against.